Namaskar to all the wonderful listeners of Radio Zindagi Coast to Coast. My name is Kulraj. I'm Director and RJ of Radio Zindagi. Thank you so much for joining us, and it's really a great honor. Every Tuesday between the hours of 3 and 4, we introduce you to a personality. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my great honor and a great pleasure to bring one and only Dr. Saket Bhatia ji is live with us today on Radio Zindagi. You can listen to him live every Tuesday between the hours of 3 and 4 p.m. Dr. Saket Bhatia has a PhD in astrology and is a certified professional numerologist. Dosto, it's very, very difficult to have people of this magnitude and this knowledge. I think this is very, very important for all our listeners to understand him and understand how you can benefit. He is a senior board member of International Association of Vedic Astrology and Numerology with over 25 years experience. He can help you uncover your strengths, weaknesses, and true potential. Sakeji can help you gain direction and guidance in your career, finance, business, health, children, immigration, relationship, and much, much more, folks. Through his combined power of astrology and numerology, he can guide you to live a better life, get success, make more money, yeah, happiness and fulfillment of fulfillment of your dreams. If you have any question, you can call Radio Zindagi. Our studio line number, the number is 732-662-4701 for a brighter and a more fulfilling future. You can call Sakeji's office directly to schedule an appointment. That is 408-639-5300. Of course, your website है उनकी वो है saketbhatia.com or email info@saketbhatia.com. Folks, it's my honor to welcome sir. Namaskar and welcome. Thank you for giving us this time and opportunity.
Thank you, Kulraj. How are you doing?
I'm doing great and you're doing fantastic. And of course, the whole world is waiting to listen to you, your advice, your guidance, your knowledge. And I think 25 years is a lot of years, sir. And I think you have dealt with thousands and thousands of people. So thank you for coming on live.
Thank you for hosting me. So today we would like to talk about a very interesting topic. This month of October at last day hai. And
Ji.
this month we've had two strong eclipses. October 14th ko we had the annular eclipse, which was seen in America. And then October 28th, we had the partial lunar eclipse, which took place in India. The eclipse was very strong in India. It was covered by the news. It lasted about an hour and a half. All the temples were closed. People were sitting indoors. Factories, companies band ho gayi thi. So today's topic will be the mysteries of eclipse. What is it an eclipse really does?
कुछ ये भी कहते हैं डॉक्टर that you should not go out when eclipse is there and you should stay indoors and it's not a good idea to be outside.
So there is a lot of truth in this. देखिए ये जो eclipse का concept है, eclipse has been taking place for billions of years जब से sun और earth और moon बने हैं. But there are many things जो Hinduism में Vedic astrology में कहते हैं about eclipse. Is it a good time to start a business? Bad time? Should we do things? Should we not do things? So I want to discuss कि astrology में what does eclipse mean? Is it I mean आप समझ रहे हो ना कि planetary positions होती हैं आपकी chart में.
जी.
One thing I want to clarify is there are eclipse तो होता है दुनिया में sun and moon का, but did you know कि तुम्हारी chart में भी eclipse हो सकता है? Birth chart you can actually have an eclipse.
Oh really? Okay. When you are born in that time, that period.
If you are born during an eclipse, that eclipse is in your birth chart. But if you're born with the sun conjunct with Rahu Ketu or moon conjunct with Rahu Ketu, then that is also considered an eclipse. और उसका जो impact है will remain with you for life. We see this all the time.
जी, So, is eclipse a good time to start a new ventures?
बहुत सारे एस्ट्रोलॉजर्स लिखते हैं कि you have to plant new seeds, you have to start new projects, eclipse is this. But Vedic astrology में eclipse is always considered an inauspicious time,
Mm-hmm.
thousands of years. देखिए आप जब घर जाते हो, you want to start a business or you want to relax or you want to do something, you turn the lights on.
Mm-hmm.
आप पूजा से पहले दिए जलाते हो, right? What happens जब दिए बुझाते हो और बत्तियां बंद करते हो? There's total darkness, right? Then how
बिल्कुल.
can you say you can start something new when the moon or the sun is hidden? See, it is
Yeah.
not true. It is not a good idea. A eclipse does matter. Eclipse से बहुत कुछ होता है. According to astrology, eclipse is actually a bad time to start a business, to make decisions, to start relationships, jobs, etc. Now, Rahu Ketu तो last time हमने explain किया था, they are nodes of the sun,
Mm-hmm.
right? Rahu is the planet which can gobble up the sun and moon,
Mm-hmm.
but Ketu is the only planet that can darken the moon. See,
Mm-hmm.
I am not saying कि eclipse में कुछ नहीं करना चाहिए, but what I'm saying is that very unpredictable events will happen, and you will regret taking impulsive decisions when it comes to eclipse. So
Mm-hmm.
try to be careful because eclipse जो होता है, it doesn't last just 2 hours. जब eclipse होता है and decisions you make will typically last about 2 to 4 months in your birth chart.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a good
And
time to
what
start.
what is the eclipse good time to do then?
आंतरिक योगीज में कहते हैं कि it's a good time to self reflect, to meditate, to
Mm-hmm.
take some time back for yourself, to understand your key strengths, your weaknesses, to grow on what is it that you want to be in life. Kabhi kabhi you have to stop and pause, na? You have to
जी.
see Kulraj ki, what am I doing? Is it good? Is it bad? Maybe you should just enjoy your part of life, जो कर रहे हैं,
Mm-hmm.
rather than running in the rat race.
That is so true. And folks, if you just joined us, we are live with Dr. Saket Bhatia ji. And of course, studio number is 732-662-4701. And he's with us. And we are here till 4 p.m. If you have any questions, please call the studio. That is 732-662-4701. And Saket ji, what is your experience with Eclipse?
Based on material reality, I
Mm-hmm.
always receive phone calls from people who have done things during eclipse. I'll give you three examples. तीन example देता हूँ. Eclipse, तो
जी.
there are two types: solar eclipse and lunar eclipse. Solar eclipse is more serious. Lunar eclipse is still minor. I'll give you three examples of people that did things during this solar eclipse that took place in mid-October. One bought his first expensive EV car. The second bought a franchise. And the third man, young man, he met what he thinks was the love of his life. Now, I assured them that things will work out, but short term में things are going to go up and down. I'll give you an example. जिसने EV car खरीदी है, within 2 weeks, the computer chip on the EV car has already failed twice. It's a lemon car. जिसने franchise खरीदा है, there are some misunderstandings between him and the franchise company. The relationship has soured. It doesn't mean कि खराब हो जाएगा long run में. It just means short term में ups and downs. The third, the relationship is essentially in ruins. Uh, I'll give you a better example आगे जाके of a young child who's only 6 months old, who has a Sun Rahu conjunction in his chart in the house of health. And he started bleeding, uh, some tear in his body, the day the eclipse took place. So what I'm saying is, eclipse पे चीजें अच्छी हो सकती है? No. But at the same time, the odds are not in your favor. Avoid as much as you can. There is no need to go head on and say, I think I can do this. Now, do not sign any contract. Do not do anything significant during an eclipse. If you have an option, wait.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, eclipse जो होता है, a 2 to 4 week window can be is between the two solar and lunar eclipses. But the effect can, like I said, be felt for even as much as 4 to 6 months in most cases.
Mm-hmm.
Now, solar eclipse was visible in USA. Lunar was visible in India. The impact of the lunar eclipse is more significant for people who have the birth chart may eclipse in India. And people who had the solar eclipse in their birth chart, they will feel it more in America. So if you
Mhm,
have the lunar eclipse in your birth chart and you are in America, उसका असर आप पे कम पड़ेगा, right?
mhm. जी,
Solar eclipse जो होता है, it blocks the sun, which is your soul, your spirit. Lunar eclipse, on the other hand, blocks your mind because moon is mind in astrology. You'll notice कि most of the time जब lunar eclipse होता है, a lot of people that are in the mental asylum start acting very different, unpredictable behavior.
mhm.
So next time कुछ करना हो during an eclipse, be a little careful. It's not the best time to do everything.
And Dr. Saket ji, how long does the impact of eclipse last on someone?
ये दो fold answer है. If it is in your birth chart, that eclipse will be with you for life, for good or
Mhm.
bad.
Okay.
तो अगर आपकी birth chart में है, you may have to work harder than most people. Your job changes will be more frequent, health will be up and down. काफी लोग होते हैं, they miss too many opportunities in life. That is
Mhm.
because again, उनकी birth chart में eclipse है. But if you don't have an eclipse, then it still takes about 2 to 4 weeks for the impacts to be felt and for it to go away from everybody's chart. वो तो
But
typical है.
the only way you can find out is if you go to somebody like you to make your Janam Kundli, and the time and date of birth and all those things are in the right. You should have those details, and then only you can guide them and you can help them and what to do and how to do it.
You know, if you want to check your health, you go to a doctor. Legal issues, you go to a lawyer.
Well
In
said.
same way, go to an astrologer. We can guide you in ways you can't imagine. आप right को path पे हो, right course पे हो. Are you trying to achieve what is right for you? कभी कभी क्या होता है, you are trying to do something and you're content. And astrology कहेगी कि no, you can do 10 times better. You can make more money, you can be more fulfilled. So come to us. We can tell you what is the right time to do what. It's guidance.
Dr. Saket Bhatia, my sister, she really believes in astrology, and I think I'll ask her to connect with you. और उनको बहुत faith है, and she's very successful individual, very very successful and doing very well for herself. But she believes in all that. I also believe in it so much. I think uh, if you have advice and if you have somebody like you in somebody's life, I think जो उसकी success है, it can be much more than he will do normally. This is what I have seen over the years.
When you want to, let's say you're playing tennis, okay?
Ji,
If you're playing tennis, you'll go, you'll play with your friends. But let's say आप में potential है to become a professional tennis player, then you have to go to a coach. The coach will study, analyze, tell you what needs to be done, when it needs to be done, and make you better, right? जब तक आप कोच के पास नहीं जाओगे, how will you become a professional? Same for
सही कह रहे
music,
हैं.
same for acting, right? Same for public speaking. So astrology में issue क्या है? People, almost everybody believes in astrology, but astrologers have given this field a bad name.
ये बिल्कुल सही कह रहे हैं आप. मैं
Astrology,
मैं
astrology has
आपको एक
always been a
जी,
service,
go ahead.
not a business.
जी,
Astrology is a service, not a business. तो हम service run करते हैं. We try to guide people, we try to help people. We're not here to scare you, to tell you. किसी की भी chart खराब नहीं होती. They're all good charts. Every chart has significant potential, but you have to realize what it is and how you're going to get
बिल्कुल.
there. That's what we want to do.
बिल्कुल. जैसे कि आपने बात की पब्लिक स्पीकिंग की और एक्टिंग की, तो मैं दिल्ली में रहता था और आई केम टू मुंबई टू बिकम एन एक्टर. तो एक्टर तो बना नहीं, मॉडल बन गया. फिर मॉडल मॉडल के बाद अमेरिका आ गया. अमेरिका आया तो फिर आई बिकेम ए रेडियो पर्सनालिटी, एंड रेडियो पे बात करना और आप जैसे लोगों से मुलाकात होती है, एंड आई थिंक आई फील सो इनरिच्ड and the type of knowledge and learning. I think people who are listening to Radio Zindagi right now, wherever you're listening, on the app or Insta, अपने फ्रेंड्स को बताओ, सुनो और समझो कि ये जो ज्ञान डॉक्टर साकेत जी दे रहे हैं, ये कोई छोटी मोटी चीज नहीं है। ये 25 years का एक्सपीरियंस है, नॉलेज है, एंड इट कैन हेल्प यू ग्रो योर बिजनेस। चाहे आपका कोई भी बिजनेस हो, कोई भी आप व्यवसाय कर रहे हो। एंड टुडे आई थिंक हम जितने भी आए हैं अलग अलग कंट्री से, वी ऑल वांट टू कम हियर, मेक सम मनी एंड डू बिजनेस, बिकॉज बिजनेस में कहते हैं ना अमेरिकन ड्रीम, तो आई थिंक दिस इज अ रियली वेरी वैल्यूएबल इंफॉर्मेशन। मेरा अगला सवाल है सर आपसे, हाउ इज ऑल दिस कनेक्टेड टू नंबर 108?
108, आपको क्या पता है इस नंबर के बारे में?
मैं तो
व्हाट डू
सोच
यू
ही रहा
नो?
हूँ, मेरे कुछ पता नहीं है, लेकिन कुछ तो है 108, आई थिंक। आप बताइए हमारे सब देखने और सुनने वालों को।
इसकी there's a lot of things that are encompassed in number 108. देखिए, जो हिंदुइज्म में जो माला जपते हैं उसमें 108 बीड्स होती हैं,
जी।
करेक्ट? 109 होती है, but एक तो स्टार्टिंग बीड होती है, बट टोटल देयर आर 108 बीड्स,
जी।
राइट? नाउ इंटरेस्टिंगली, द डायमीटर ऑफ द सन, the distance of the sun to earth is 108 times the diameter of the sun. That means हम 108 suns डाल सकते हैं between the sun and earth. The distance between the earth and moon is 108 times the diameter of the moon. Okay. Now, is this coincidence or is it planned? वो हमें पता नहीं, वो तो किसी को भी
यस,
आंसर नहीं पता।
इस सवाल का
बट
जवाब किसी
इससे
के पास नहीं।
इससे क्या होता है कि when the moon comes between the sun and the earth, it can completely block the sun. इसलिए eclipse होता है. And when the earth comes between the moon and the sun, it will block the moon, right? दिखता नहीं.
जी।
So
हाँ
this
जी।
is what causes the eclipse. Now, numerology also has the number 108. 108 is actually a representation of a true number in numerology. Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism में number 108 means spirituality.
बिल्कुल।
Hinduism में और astrology में हम ये भी believe करते हैं that after death, जो सोल होती है, इट गोज थ्रू 108 स्टेजेस. अभी आप तो एस्ट्रोलॉजी का शो होस्ट कर रहे हो, आपको तो पता है कि कुंडली में 12 घर होते हैं, एंड देर
या
आर
12।
9 planets.
यस, यस।
देर आर 9 planets: सन, मून, मार्स, मर्क्यूरी, जुपिटर, वीनस, सैटर्न, राहु, केतु. 12 times 9 is 108.
ओ,
आपको ये भी
यस,
पता है कि
करेक्ट।
नक्षत्र होते हैं, राइट?
बिल्कुल।
देर आर 27 नक्षत्र. Each nakshatra is divided into 4 padas or 4 equal portions. 27 times 4 is 108.
ओ, इंटरेस्टिंग।
भगवान कृष्ण की जो गोपियां थी वो थी 108. ऋग्वेदा, हमारी जो जो कलेक्शन ऑफ मंत्रास है, राइट, जो वन ऑफ द 4 वेदास दैट वी हैव, दैट एक्चुअली हैज 100 पैराग्राफ्स ऑफ 108 लाइन्स. उपनिषदास जो किताबें हैं, देर आर 108 उपनिषदास. एस्ट्रोलॉजी में और न्यूमरोलॉजी सब मिक्स करो तो इट्स 108. जब आदमी ब्रीथ करता है, it's approximately 15 times in a minute. If you multiply that by the hours, it works out to 108 times 200. That's the number of times you will breathe in a day. आपने कभी हार्ट चक्र के बारे में सुना है? हार्ट चक्र,
नहीं,
माइंड चक्र.
नहीं।
These are for your health. हार्ट चक्र, जो चक्र होते हैं बॉडीज के, आयुर्वेदा में दे टेल
हम्म,
यू कि आपकी हार्ट हेल्थ क्या है, ब्रेन हेल्थ क्या है. हार्ट हेल्थ जो है, उसमें देर आर 108 एनर्जी लाइंस. मैं आपको
हम्म।
108 की बात करते जा रहा हूँ.
हाँ,
अनदर इंपॉर्टेंट कॉन्सेप्ट, गंगा, वेरी सेक्रेड रिवर इन हिंदुइज्म.
बिल्कुल।
गंगा की लॉन्जिट्यूड है ना, लैटिट्यूड लॉन्जिट्यूड, द लॉन्जिट्यूड ऑफ गंगा इज बिटवीन 79 एंड 91 डिग्रीज. तो उसकी विथ होती है 12 डिग्री. द लैटिट्यूड इज 9 डिग्रीज, बिटवीन 22 to 31. अगेन 12 times 9 is 108.
वेरी
अगर
इंटरेस्टिंग।
आपने अगर आपने राम सीता का नाम लिया, या कृष्ण और राधा का नाम लिया, और from that you take the consonants and the vowels and you add them up, 108.
108.
तो ये 108 number is a very important number in astrology. It's a very important number in Hinduism, Jainism, Buddhism. अभी ये कहाँ से आया, कैसे हुआ, ये तो हमें पता नहीं, but we know that it is very, very important. Everything maps out to 108. In fact, astrology में 1 represents you, 0 represents the world,
Mhm.
8 represents Maya, 1 plus 0 plus 8 equals 9, which represents God. ये significance है उसका.
Wow, that is fantastic. And folks, if you just joined us, thank you so much for joining us. You're listening to Radio Zindagi, and I'm with Dr. Saket Bhatia ji. And of course, he's a very well known personality, and he's certified numerologist, astrology, and of course, he's talking to us, giving us valuable information, knowledge about grahams and how they affect the eclipse. वो कैसे आपके आपकी लाइफ को इम्पैक्ट करते हैं एंड प्लीज अगर स्टूडियो में आप कॉल करना चाहते हैं उनसे बात करना चाहते हैं एंड इट्स I think great opportunity 7326624701. I repeat the number. Please call 732-662-4701. Or after the show, if you want to schedule an appointment, 408-639-5300. I repeat, to schedule an appointment, 408-639-5300 is number. You can also log on to his website, saketbhatia.com, or you can send an email, info@saketbhatia.com, SAKETBHATIA.com. And trust me, I really having a wonderful conversation with Dr. Saket Bhatia ji, and it's a great honor for Radio Zindagi to have somebody so learned and so experienced to give and share information and knowledge. And of course, we can help a lot of you out there who are listening to the show, watching the show on social media. Trust me, it works. And if you have any questions, there's absolutely no obligation. You can call the studio 732-662-4701. And my next question to you, sir, is that हमने बचपन में बहुत सुना है ग्रहण लग गया अंदर आ जाओ बाहर मत जाओ. So tell us more about सूर्य ग्रहण and चंद्र ग्रहण.
हमें तो पता है कि there are two types of solar eclipses, there are two types of lunar eclipses. Solar eclipse होता है total solar eclipse and annular solar eclipse, right?
जी.
And partial solar, तीसरा. Partial is not considered very strong, but जो total solar है या annular है, in that the moon covers the sun, so we cannot see the sun. एक में ring of sun दिखती है और एक में essentially sun दिखता ही नहीं, right?
जी.
आपने नोटिस किया होगा कि eclipse doesn't take place throughout the earth, it is only visible in some parts of the earth,
Yes.
correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
इतने सारे eclipses होते हैं. In fact, every few months there is an eclipse, but we don't pay much attention to it क्योंकि they are small eclipses. तो आप क्वेश्चन पूछोगे कि why is this eclipse जो अक्टूबर के थे, why are they so big? ऐसा क्या हो गया इनमें? I'll explain. पहली बात तो eclipses typically take 14-15 days apart always, because the moon जो होता है, it takes 28 days to go around the earth, right? तो हर 14 दिन बाद the moon, so imagine the moon is sitting here, you cannot see it. Full moon होता है 7 दिन 14 दिन में, and then it becomes again, you know, half moon, फिर new moon, फिर full moon. तो जो फर्स्ट एक्लिप्स हुआ था जो सन का था, it is special significance because it was taking place on a very auspicious day. It was called Ashwin Amavasya. So Ashwin Amavasya के दिन जो हुआ था वो 14 अक्टूबर पे था, and that took place in the Chitra nakshatra. The sun and moon were both sitting with Ketu. Remember, astrology में आपने राहु केतु तो सुना है,
जी.
correct? Rahu is a planet which expands. तो आप you are in the media field, you are in radio, you're a very popular person. Just by looking at you, I can say that you have three strong planets in your chart: Venus, Jupiter, yes, and Rahu. They are the three most significant planets in your chart. Venus is radio. Venus is, your skills. Mercury is your communication. Jupiter is your appearance. But Rahu is the level of fame you will get. अगर आपका राहु strong होना, you will get innumerable amount of fame and or wealth and
नहीं,
or
थोड़ा
both.
राहु और स्ट्रांग होना चाहिए. I think I need your help.
Rahu आप strong करो, it will make you more famous, but at the same time it will make you want to achieve more and more. So if you can get there, why not? Why not make it strong, right?
बिल्कुल,
बहुत
absolutely. I
celebrities आते
totally
हैं
agree on
पास.
that.
Many actors come from Bollywood also who need to make their Rahu even stronger. आप किसी की भी
बिल्कुल.
चार्ट देख लीजिए. Yeah. Now Ketu on the other hand is a planet of isolation.
Mhm.
जितने साधु संत होते हैं they have Ketu in their chart. तो आप अगर अपना राहु स्ट्रांग करोगे तो आपका केतु वीक हो जाता है, जो स्पिरिचुअलिटी है वो घट जाती है.
Oh,
दे ऑलवेज वर्क ऑपोजिट टू ईच अदर. नाउ ये जो सोलर एक्लिप्स था, इट वाज इंपॉर्टेंट बिकॉज इट हैड द कंजंक्शन ऑफ केत ऑफ राहु, आई मीन सॉरी ऑफ केतु, राइट, विद सन एंड मून. लेकिन
जी.
जो मून का जो एक्लिप्स हुआ था, दैट टुक प्लेस विद सन सिटिंग इन द साइन ऑफ एरीज, एंड जो मून था ही वाज कंजंक्ट विद जुपिटर एंड केतु. तो जुपिटर केतु आ गया, मून के साथ, सन के साथ राहु बैठा था विथ जुपिटर. सो दिस कॉज्ड अ लॉट ऑफ प्रॉब्लम्स, इट कॉज्ड अ लॉट ऑफ इश्यूज. ये हुआ था अभी रिसेंटली, आई थिंक अबाउट 3 days ago. So this is a very significant eclipse जो हुआ है. It's not a small thing, and its effects will be felt for at least the next 4 to 6 months. Especially अगर आपकी कुंडली में, जन्म कुंडली में eclipse है, you will feel this effect one way or the other. You probably already felt it. I hope people who have this eclipse don't take on any major responsibility like switching jobs, switching careers. देखिए ये जो शो होता है हमारा, people don't call much on the show, लेकिन जब शो खत्म होता है, we get dozens of phone calls from people. So I'm
ना, मैं
encouraging
तो
people.
मतलब आई थिंक सुन रहा हूँ ध्यान से आपको, और मेरे को बहुत सी चीजें समझ में आ रही हैं. दैट सम पीपल दे हैव ऑल द टैलेंट इन द वर्ल्ड, दे हैव ऑल द स्किल्स, बट दे आर नॉट एबल टू जनरेट वेल्थ, एंड समथिंग, इससे कोई ऑब्स्टिकल होता है उनकी लाइफ में और चीजें खुल नहीं रही हैं. आई
Right.
थिंक somebody like you can check their chart, make a chart and tell them how and where and what all they can do and how they should proceed. And I think हमारी community इतनी vibrant है, इतनी successful है. I think with somebody like you guiding them and helping them and making their, जो उनके stars हैं, जो उनके नक्षत्र हैं, उनको और strong बनाया जाए, तो I think they can be much more successful.
We do shows here, we do show in California also. अभी हाल ही में 3 months ago, somebody called me and said, will I get a new job? I'm applying. And the
हाँ
first thing
हाँ.
I did was, ये chart किसी job वाले की नहीं है. This is the chart of somebody who should start his own business. So he came in just 3 months ago. And 3 महीने में he's actually been able to start a company. He's got his first round of seed funding, छोटी सी funding. It's a food tech business. So this is good. He's able to live his dream and he's thankful कि नहीं होता तो I'd be working for somebody all my life. But at least मुझे जो दिमाग में था कि should I start a business, आपने confidence दे दिया, courage दे दिया. So, when we know it is going to go well.
No, I
So
think
this is one
बहुत
thing
फर्क
that,
पड़ता है. And like Radio Zindagi, we cover such a huge area, Pura Tri-State, Connecticut, New Jersey, New York. There are, I will say, thousand and more than 100, 200,000 people who are traveling, and they're going in their car and thinking and listening to us. But trust me, this kind of opportunity, this kind of help, this kind of guidance can really change your future, the way you can grow. You have no idea. And I've seen the way, my sister, the way she's doing what she's doing. And she believes in palmistry, astrology, numerology, and I think who's better than Dr. Saket Bhatia? I think we are very blessed to have you, sir. And I think I'm really enjoying your information, and all the listeners who are listening, please take advantage of this opportunity. जैसे वक्त होता है वो बार बार नहीं आता, गुजरा हुआ वक्त is gone. And I think you have this opportunity right now at no obligation. He is available and he takes out time to talk to our listeners. And we are very grateful to him. And you can take this opportunity and call the studio 732-662-4701, 732-662-4701. Or after the show, you can call us and make an appointment 408-639-5300. And my next question to you, sir, is how will the solar and lunar eclipse affect people who are affected by all this?
So, in order to do this, first we have to open your birth chart.
Uh-huh.
And आपकी birth chart में देखना है कि do you have an eclipse in your birth chart? Eclipse in birth chart could be Sun Rahu, Sun Ketu, Moon Rahu, Moon Ketu, या Sun with Moon conjunction. Now, जिस घर में वो बैठता है, that house will be impacted during the eclipse. If it is sitting in the first house, it will impact you. Second house, it will impact your finances.
Uh-huh.
Sixth house में आपकी health जो है वो up down रहेगी. अगर 12th house में है, your mind will start wandering. Eclipses अगर आपकी कुंडली में है, this eclipse that took place, these two strong eclipses, will impact you for at least the next 4 to 6 months. So it is good to know कि आपकी कुंडली में है, नहीं है, and if it is there, what you can do about it. Because it will cause challenges for you, right?
Uh-huh.
जो opportunities that you think are coming your way will actually not come your way. But at the same time, you can be better prepared. कि after 4 to 6 months, what is it you can do? Or maybe you should stay put in your current job and your current role. आपने कहा है rightfully, people come to this country because of a dream. They want a house, they want a better life, they want success. But that itself is not enough. You want much more than that. Some people want fame, some people want recognition, some people want more self-respect. अभी आप शादियां करते हैं तो almost always, whether it is an arranged marriage or whether two people meet, you go to an astrologer. कुंडली मैच करते हैं, right? We say कि कितने गुण
Ah,
मैच कर रहे
I
हैं.
think it's very important.
You brought it up. It is very important. Why is it important? Because कुंडली होती है, we are not just telling you how compatible they are. We are also looking at each individual chart and analyzing and saying how ready that person is for a relationship. देखिए जो 12 घर होते हैं ना कुंडली के, what we do is we take the boy and girl's chart and we overlap them on each other. And then we see how they will expand or contract each other. Will the partner expand finances for you? Will they expand your social circle? Will they harm your health? Those analysis we do. And we tell you what are some good times and ups and downs जो आपके relationship में आएंगी. And quite frankly, we are almost always right in that. You know, these rules
बिल्कुल
have been
बिल्कुल.
written 5,000 years ago. They should be
Mhm.
taken seriously because they work.
You know, Dr. Saket Bhatia, एक कहते हैं कि एक इंडिया में people go to हरिद्वार and they go to those places and वहां पर कुछ लोग होते हैं जो उनके मतलब जो उनके पूर्वज ब्रदर्स सिस्टर्स उनके नाम वाम बताते हैं. यू नो आई जस्ट हर्ड सम स्टोरीज अबाउट दैट. क्या इज दैट अ फैक्ट? ऐसा कुछ होता है इंडिया में भी?
So, as an astrologer, I know you are reincarnated. I know आपकी life आती है. And quite frankly, अगर हम आपके fifth house देखें, तो पता चलता है कि आप what benefits you got from your past life. Now, आप जो कह रहे हो, they are the Brigu Joshis, वो जो हम जाते हैं,
ओह,
right?
ओके.
Yeah. And I did go there. I went there, and to my surprise, ये सबकी charts नहीं मिलती इनके पास. They have limited amount of people there, and some we say papers are missing. But to my surprise, they were able to pull out, and they were able to tell me who I was. तो
वाह,
पिछले जन्म
दैट्स
में
सो
I was a
इंटरेस्टिंग.
pandit. Maybe that is the reason why I have this knowledge of astrology. Maybe that is the reason why जो पंडित explain करते हैं, we are able to explain that. अगर हम अपनी खुद की astrology chart पढ़ें, तो I have Jupiter and Moon, which is the planet of wisdom, and Moon, which is your mind. And fifth house is how you express yourself. So wisdom and mind sitting in fifth house is how advice you will give people. So
एब्सोल्युटली.
I was a pandit according to them, and काफी कुछ पता चला है, which is kind of an eye opener for me. तो
लेकिन
देखिए दो
अभी तो
तरह
आई
के
थिंक
लोग
यू
होते
आर
हैं.
ocean of knowledge, and I think people, I think you have so many people who are your fans, and Bollywood celebrities, and political leaders, business leaders, technology leaders. I think they are all very blessed to connect with you, and this is a great opportunity, folks. If you want to connect with Dr. Saket Bhatia, please, you can schedule a meeting. You can call 408 or you can call me in the studio and he can speak to you 732-662-4701. And we're talking about a very interesting topic today about eclipse और उसके क्या effect होते हैं आपकी life पर, things like which you don't know. And this is a great opportunity, and this is totally no obligation. You can pick up the phone, call now wherever you are, and speak to Dr. Saket Bhatia ji. That is 732-662-4701. And sir, please हमारे सुनने वालों को और देखने वालों को बताएं, can you tell us how it impacts different signs in your chart?
Before that, I want to say कि आप कहते हो आपकी सिस्टर बहुत बिलीव करती है एस्ट्रोलॉजी में.
जी, बहुत ज्यादा.
I think, yeah, I think there are three types of people: those who believe, those who don't believe, and those who are neutral.
एक कॉल ले लें फिर और बात करेंगे. एक
हाँ,
मिनट,
sure.
बिकॉज बहुत देर से ट्राई कर रहे हैं ये. वेलकम, यू आर लाइव ऑन रेडियो जिंदगी विद डॉक्टर साकेत भाटिया. प्लीज गो अहेड. कैन यू हियर हिम?
Yeah, I can hear him.
ओके, गो अहेड प्लीज.
I can hear you very clearly.
Yeah, go ahead with your question.
Does she know the exact time?
Do you have the exact time? No, she doesn't.
Unfortunately, without the exact, let's see, 4:30 in the evening. We can try with that. Let's try. We can even try with this. Let's see how far we can go. No, actually, I'm looking at her chart. If you're telling me it is 4:30 and she's born in Himachal, I don't see any dosh in her chart as such. Unka jo fifth house ka lord hai, it is sitting in the sixth, which is going to cause some sort of delay. Uh, the best time to have a child would actually be next year, after May 15th, 2024. I think I don't see any issues. Jupiter अपने ही घर में बैठा है. It has to promote children. Saturn, Mercury बैठा है तो it indicates a boy.
एक और कॉल लेते हैं. Yeah, go ahead, please.
See, Kulraj, I can't hear anything.
Anyway, वो disconnect कर दिया है. I think कॉलर्स आपकी बातें सुन के इतने ज्यादा वो बार बार डिफरेंट लाइंस के ऊपर कॉल्स आ रही हैं. बट इफ यू आर कॉलिंग, जस्ट स्टे ऑन वन लाइन एंड वेट फॉर योर टर्न. बट बहुत से लोग कॉल कर रहे हैं, एंड बहुत से लोग I think they want to speak to you. I think best is that, because within few minutes your chart is very difficult to read your chart and give you all the answers. But I will request all of you,
Just to
please.
let you know, जो lady ने call किया था, there was some sort of time lag between her speaking and me getting it. But there is no dosh in the girl's chart. If she wants, she can even email us. She can call our office. दोष तो नहीं है. Uh,
जी.
there should be. It's a clean chart. तो आपने क्वेश्चन पूछा था, how will it impact you or how will it
जी.
impact people?
जी.
तो मैंने कहा कि you have to have an eclipse depending on which house. Now आपने ट्रांजिट सुना है, दशा सुनी है
या जी,
एस्ट्रोलॉजी
सुनिए.
में?
जी, एक दशा
अगर
होती है,
आपकी
एक
मून
पीरियड,
दशा,
राइट? या
हाँ, तो दशा के अंडर भी एक और दशा होती है. सो मेन दशा इज कॉल्ड महादशा, सेकंड दशा इज कॉल्ड अंतरदशा. अगर आपकी मून की दशा चल रही है, इट इज गोइंग टू इम्पैक्ट यू फॉर एटलीस्ट 4 to 6 months. इजी एज. मेरी मून की दशा चल रही है, सो आई नो आई एम गोइंग टू बी इम्पैक्टेड फॉर 4 to 6 months फॉर श्योर. नाउ अगर आपका एक्लिप्स, आई एम गोइंग टू वॉक थ्रू दिस. इफ योर
जी.
एक्लिप्स टेक्स प्लेस इन द चार्ट इन योर फर्स्ट हाउस, then you're going to start acting a little different. You might have emotional outbursts. Hypersensitivity ho sakta hai. Your decision power will be limited. You might make the wrong decisions. Why? Because first house is about you. Second house is about wealth, values. You will see ups and downs in your finances for no fault of yours. People will misguide you. People will take loan. You will have problems. Agar third house hai, that is your house of communications, siblings, misunderstandings with younger siblings, traveling with job but not getting much benefit out of it. ये होता है. अगर फोर्थ हाउस में आपके eclipse है, I'm going to go through all the houses. अगर फोर्थ हाउस में है, then you're going to have some challenges with your mother, disputes, uh, some property disputes, some, अगर आपके घर है, maybe you'll have some construction problems, stall हो सकता है, city might not approve your expansion plans, what not. अगर फिफ्थ हाउस में है, it might cause injury in children, hindrance in education of children. अगर बच्चे हो रहे हैं तो it can in rare cases cause miscarriage, uh, failure in love life, luck. ये होता है. अगर सिक्स्थ हाउस में है, then it causes uh, health issues, especially diabetes जिसको है, and heart problems. They have to be more careful. I just had another case where somebody has been sued. This is the sixth house, and sue भी अभी ही किया है, which just took place 2 days after the eclipse. um, सेवेंथ हाउस में अगर हो, देन मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग बिटवीन पार्टनर्स, ब्रेकअप्स बहुत होते हैं एक्लिप्स के बाद. एंड दिस इज ऑल डॉक्यूमेंटेड. ये दिस इज नॉट समथिंग जो हम बता रहे हैं, बट इट हैपेंस. एंड अगेन दिस हैपेंस इफ यू हैव एक्लिप्स इन योर चार्ट. अगर आपके एक्लिप्स नहीं है, देन यू डोंट हैव टू वरी. अगर एथ हाउस में है, देन एक्सीडेंट्स के चांस बहुत ज्यादा हो जाते हैं, राइट? अगर नाइन्थ हाउस में हो, तो इट्स बेसिकली वेरी लकी फॉर यू. That's when you become spiritual. That's when you start putting more effort in trying to learn more about God and about love life and happiness in general. 10th house mein hai, then you have issues with your career, business, relationship with father. अगर 11th हाउस में होता है, then it deals with your gains, property, ancestral property. Anything you've tried to invest in will not come about good. And 12th house में है, then it relates to isolation, hospitals. Now remember, ये जो हमने कहा है, these are extreme cases. They are always influenced by planetary dashas and planetary transits. अगर जुपिटर की ट्रांजिट चल रही है तो इसका असर बहुत कम होता है. अगर यही घर के ऊपर सैटर्न जा रहा है, देन इसका असर बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ जाता है. सो
जी
another thing is where you're residing. अगर इंडिया में थे, देन असर और बड़ी ज्यादा पड़ेगा बिकॉज मून इक्लिप्स. अगर अमेरिका में हो, देन द सन इक्लिप्स विल प्ले अ बिगर रोल. सो दीज आर इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग्स. यू कैन नॉट, एस्ट्रोलॉजी इज नॉट एज सिंपल एज प्लैनेट ए आपके एक घर में बैठ गया तो ये होगा. यू हैव टू सी who owns that, what are the aspects on that house, who is your ascendant, planet की डिग्री क्या है, कौन से नक्षत्र में बैठा है, कौन सी दशा चल रही है, ट्रांजिट क्या है. This takes a lot of time.
जी
So
बिल्कुल.
when people call on the radio show, they ask one question, हम आंसर दे देते हैं. जैसे वो लेडी ने कॉल किया, yes, she has to have a kid. Don't know why she won't have a kid. But when she'll have a kid, what gender she'll have, how good the kid will be, how healthy he will be. These are other things we can discuss.
बिल्कुल, मैं एक और बात अपने सुनने वालों को बताना चाहता हूँ विद योर ड्यू परमिशन डॉक्टर साकेत भाटिया जी, दैट पीपल, बहुत से लोग कॉल कर रहे हैं, इफ दे आर नॉट एबल टू गेट थ्रू बिकॉज देयर आर सो मेनी कॉल्स, एंड व्हाट यू कैन डू इज यू कैन send the question to info@saketbhatia.com. अपना नाम, अपना पता और एक सवाल आप पूछ सकते हैं, and perhaps in the next show you can answer that. Is that okay, doctor?
It's absolutely fine. We will fix this call issue we're having because some sunta nahi kuch.
Yeah,
Once we
so
fix it, it will be fine.
yeah, listeners, please, if you have questions, you can send them. If you're not able to get through, info@saketbhatia.com, and request that you heard it on Radio Zindagi right here in the tri-state, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. And in the next show, next Tuesday at 3 o'clock, when we have the show, we'll have a segment where we can answer your questions, and that'll be really an amazing. And I don't want anybody, बहुत लोग कोशिश कर रहे हैं वो बात करने के लिए, लेकिन बात होती नहीं है. My other question to you, sir, is that can you have an eclipse in your birth chart? If yes, how will it impact you?
That's just what I said कि eclipse the birth chart में होती है चार 5 तरह की. Sun Rahu conjunction, Sun Ketu, Moon Rahu, Moon Ketu, and finally Sun Moon eclipse. जितने जितनी भी जो मिस यूनिवर्सेस होती है, मिस इंडियाज या ब्यूटीफुल
Yeah.
वुमेन ऑफ द वर्ल्ड, they almost, I see a smile on your face, they almost always have moon Rahu conjunction because moon is your mind, moon is beauty. Rahu enhances. Remember, Rahu जहां बैठता है वो enhance करता है. When moon sits with Rahu, it enhances. Now जितने dominating industrialists होते हैं, जितने politicians होते हैं, the strong good leaders, they have sun Rahu conjunction. You see the difference? मून
Yes,
राहु इज
yes.
फॉर ब्यूटी वुमन. सन राहु, जितने हमारे किंग्स थे इंडिया के, द पॉपुलर गुड किंग्स हु डिड स्टफ फॉर, दे हैड सन राहु कंजंक्शन. फेमस किंग्स, they did very well for the population, they helped expand the civilization. Now Ketu on the other hand is harmful. Moon Ketu is not considered good. वो आपके दिमाग को थोड़ा क्लाउड कर देता है. We see this when people are taking lots of drugs, marijuana, cocaine, heroin, moon ketu. Lekin sun ketu is something totally different. This is cases where people end up in mental asylums.
जी.
And अगर sun moon का eclipse आपकी birth chart में हो गया, then that chart has to be studied very very seriously. होता है, sun moon होता है. We have to study कि उस घर पे, जिस घर में बैठता है उस घर को थोड़ा अप डाउन करता है. But if there are positive influences in that house, then we know that that house will flourish and grow even beyond what it should. तो उल्टा भी हो सकता है eclipse से. You can actually, don't get nervous. An eclipse can do wonders for you. But in general, if you're thinking of starting something new, my suggestion is wait. दिए जलाते हैं जब पूजा करते हैं, दिए बुझाते हैं जब पूजा खत्म होती है. Eclipse में दिया बुझ गया है. Wait. Wait for
Wait.
light to come back.
बिल्कुल सही कह रहे हैं आप. I think it is so important to understand, and this can really help you build a brighter future, your family, जो भी आपकी dreams हैं, जो भी आप accomplish करना चाहते हैं, that can happen. I think you need to use, and you are just one phone call away from Dr. Saket Bhatia. Connect with him, make an appointment. The number is 408-639-5300. उनकी website है saketbhatia.com. That is saketbhatia.com, and info@saketbhatia.com. And just a quick idea, अगर किसी को अपनी कुंडली वगैरह बनानी हो तो what is the time period, takes how many days, or
Only तो you can make free on our website. Go to
okay,
saketbhatia.com. वहां
लेकिन उसको
पर you can
पढ़ना
make a
मुश्किल
free.
होगा. हाँ जी.
नहीं नहीं, we even एक सेक्शन है जो आपके योग के बारे में बात करते हैं. गुड योग, बैड योग, बेसिक
Okay.
बन जाती है. See,
जी.
हम जब इस शो पे आए थे, our purpose is threefold: to promote astrology, to educate people on the benefits of astrology, and to make sure कि people डरे नहीं है फील्ड से. To so promote, educate and to make sure कि आप डरते नहीं हो इससे. राइट. अभी
बिल्कुल.
एक लास्ट चीज हमें कहनी है बिफोर वी ग्लो, बिकॉज वी हैव लेस टाइम ना.
जी. जी.
देखिए,
3 minutes.
what separates humanity from other species is our continued thirst for knowledge. हमें अपनी नॉलेज बढ़ानी है. Each time you're coming on the show, you're learning something ना. I'm also learning something from you. So as humans we have to learn to keep this seeking knowledge. Okay, इससे हमारी एबिलिटी बढ़ती है. We better ourselves, we better our children, we better the society. Learning opportunities are all around us. हमें सिर्फ अपनी आंखें खोलनी है. And all this leads to what I call personal development. For an individual, personal development is probably the most important thing, because with personal development you can unlock your full potential. You can create self awareness, and it will give you a purpose to live and be more successful in life. Personal development is not a one time thing. It is constantly evolving. It is constantly improving. Personal development will improve your state of mind, your relationships. You will also be able to go and take on bigger challenges in life. इससे क्या होता है? You will feel more balanced, more confident, more happy. You will have a sense of self-worth. Okay? इससे you will feel more content. So my suggestion is life may always be inquisitive. Keep learning, keep teaching, and always go on the path of personal development so you can be more successful. एंड जैसे आपने कहा अमेरिकन ड्रीम है, पर्सनल डेवलपमेंट इज द स्टार्टिंग की ऑफ दैट गोल.
बिल्कुल. Thank you, Saket Bhatia ji, Dr. Saket Bhatia ji. And I think thank you so much for taking our time talking to our listeners, viewers, live on Facebook and social media. And I think this is a great information. And I think कोई भी चीज जो आपकी जिंदगी को बेहतर बना सकती है और आपकी जिंदगी में एक चेंज ला सकती है, आप सक्सेसफुल हो सकते हैं, पीस ऑफ माइंड मिल सकता है. I think to understand your stars, your personality, who you are, what you can become, and you can get the right direction. I think जिस तरह एक ट्रेन चलती है ट्रैक के ऊपर, लाइफ को वैसे ही चलाएं और साकेत भाटिया जी को फोन करें, and you'll be very very happy. Thank you so much, sir. And एक बार फिर नंबर बता दूं कॉल करने के लिए 4086395300. वेबसाइट है saketbhatia.com and email at info@saketbhatia.com. Thank you so much, sir. और कभी
थैंक यू.
मेरा भविष्य भी उजागर कीजिए, सर.
आफ्टर दिस कॉल यू हैव आवर नंबर. थैंक यू सो मच कुलराज. हैव अ गुड
Thank
वन.
you, sir. Thank you.
बाय बाय.
Bye. And folks, next is our show, Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara. So stay tuned to Radio Zindagi.
My thing.